Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Friday, September 5th, 2025. So, did you find this to be a fabulous Friday crossword?
Well, it was an interesting one.
Good.
When I first looked at it, it didn't really look like a Friday puzzle. It didn't look like it would be that hard.
Mm-hmm.
There were parts of it that were very challenging, but on the whole, I got through it pretty quickly.
Well, good.
Mm-hmm. What about you?
I didn't have too much trouble with it, except maybe in a couple of places.
Mm-hmm.
I find it interesting. This was by Brian Cheong, who is a 14-year-old student from Singapore.
Wow.
And this is his debut crossword.
Well, very good.
He reports that I'm thrilled and a little stunned to be debuting today as one of the youngest constructors in the themeless puzzle genre.
Wow.
So he said he was jumping and dancing when he got his acceptance letter.
Yeah, congrats. That's great.
The clues were really interesting. Starting with one across. One who tries to make a good impression, dentist.
Yes.
That was pretty amusing. And then one down, skirt, and I went for the noun, but it was the verb, dodge.
Right.
And it just kept getting better and better.
Yes. In fact, it took me a long time to finally find one I could actually answer right away. So I think my first one was maybe 22 across. A goal of a squeeze bunt for short, and I knew that was an RBI.
Right.
So,
but you were just
where I started.
You were just looking at the crosses at that point, right?
Yes,
Not the downs.
Right.
Because I'm pretty sure you would have gotten two down. Water brand whose logo shows the Alps, Evian.
Evian, but although I spelled it with an A.
Oh.
So that sort of deterred me from getting dentist.
Are you saying? You're saying because it does have an A in it. Avian. Okay.
Instead of Evian.
Yes, that's the bird water. That's what you get out of a bird bath.
Yes.
We had a fish that's shown up quite a lot. Colorful fish with iridescent stripes, neon tetra.
That's shown up quite a lot.
I believe so.
I think tetra has. I don't know about neon tetra.
Okay, I guess 8 maybe isn't a lot.
No.
But tetra has shown up 220 times.
Yes.
You're right. And it's tied to the fish almost exclusively.
Oh yeah.
Well, occasionally it's 4 as a prefix.
Right.
Ooh, in 2015 it was clued as 4 at the fore, F-O-R-E. Very clever.
Oh.
Let's see. I thought there was sort of a little bit of an exploding theme here. We had 4 down. Need for a demo maybe was TNT,
Right.
as in demolition.
Right.
And then we had 36 across. Groundbreaking invention, dynamite stick.
Yes.
That was great.
Yeah. These were kind of sly clues.
Yes.
They weren't like punny, but they were just kind of sly.
Right. Although some of them,
which made it very entertaining to solve.
Yeah. Just like 14 down, does some stretching? ? Lies.
Right.
That was good. And it introduced me to a book, 18 across, Greg Blank, author of the 1994 science fiction novel Permutation City, Egan.
Right.
Had you ever heard of Greg Egan?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I had not.
How about 47 down? Had you heard of Slugger Scott with 8 gold gloves, Roland?
No.
Oh.
No, I did not know that one.
I hadn't, and that was where I ran into problems because 45 across was musical lead-in to beat, and it was Afrobeat.
Afrobeat, yes.
I was not ready for that.
Well, I've heard of Afrobeat, but no, I didn't think of that right away. So.
And I had, for 47 down, the Slugger Scott. Nolan sounded like a good name to me. So I had Afno for a bit.
Oh, no, not quite. Not quite.
I think that's actually where I ended up. And I had, of course, trouble with 8 down because it was Spanish. Blanc bien, all right in Spanish. So I went for the French, très bien.
No, esta.
It was esta. I wasn't even close.
Right.
I mean, none of the letters were right.
I had a little trouble with 20 down. Constriction of the pupils is meiosis.
Yes.
I put myopia. I don't know why, but
Well, because it was, that's exactly what I did, because I mean, it's eye related, and that
Yes.
sounds like I had myopia and myopic.
uh-huh.
Well, I mean, I know about mitosis when cells divide, and
Uh-huh.
meiosis is something else that cells do, but this is constriction of the pupils.
Yes.
That's got to be a debut. It is not. It has shown up 5 times.
Oh my.
Whoa, look at this. In 1995, in 2000, I thought we were going to go for every 5 years, but it was 1995, 2000, 2004, 2011, and then 2025.
Is it always clued the same?
Excessive contraction of the pupil, constriction of the pupil, constriction of the pupil, constriction of pupils, and constriction of the pupils.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So pretty much it's pupil related.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I had no idea.
Yeah, me either.
I'm going to test my optometrist on this the next time I see her.
Where's meiosis?
That's right. I'm not walking into this office until you tell me if meiosis is a good or a bad thing.
Uh-huh.
How about 9 down? Did you know sliding screen in a Japanese tea room? SHOJI?
No, I did not.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
So,
That is also not a debut. It's shown up 8 times.
well, they're not debuts, but they're not very common.
No.
Which is probably, a good thing for a Friday.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it was just fair. I mean, everything was fair at some point. There wasn't a lot of pop culture, if any, in here, I think.
Right. I like 7 down. Paragon. Textbook example.
Yes.
With the whole length of the puzzle there.
I love it when they have short clues and then really long answers.
Yep.
And that crossed 31 across most of the answers, but it crossed 31 across. Small semi-aquatic mammal with 22 tentacles on its snout. Star-nosed mole.
Yes.
What a great name.
Yeah, I looked at it. It's pretty unusual.
Uh-huh.
I won't say anything negative.
Yeah, you don't want
It's just like, I don't think I'd want one of those for a pet.
In case we have any star-nosed moles as in the audience, we don't want to tick them off.
Someone who does like them and has them as pets or something.
Mm-hmm.
So, but no, not the friendliest little face there.
Mm-hmm. Right beneath that, 35 across. Condiment at an Asian fusion restaurant, teriyaki sauce.
That's right.
That turned out to be easier than I thought it was going to be, because it's just like, oh, great, it's some foreign food. It's probably nori or something like that. But
nope, just teriyaki sauce.
Yep.
We've eaten that plenty of times.
and I had the R of tetra, so I had that third letter, and then 35 down, bold choice, perhaps, typeface. And there's another example of a really good clue.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
And 30, okay, so we had, let's see, 31 down, Mrs. watching a bullfight with senoritas.
Yes.
I liked how they did the Mrs. because it sounds like you missed, but it wasn't the verb, it was the noun.
Right.
And then we had 34 down, young 31 down, so young of the Mrs. Mrs. watching a bullfight, and that was muchachas.
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 Yeah.
I just love saying that, muchachas.
Uh-huh. That's the little girl. And a boy, well, not little, just girl. Muchacha. Boy is muchacho.
Muchacha, muchacho.
Yep.
Got it. I will
Little
try and
would be
remember
a
that.
Niña or a niño.
And we had 39 across. Okay, this is a word with not nearly enough vowels in it for me to be able to pronounce correctly. Kyrgyz city on the ancient Silk Road, Osh.
Osh, as in Oshkosh.
That's just it.
Just down the road.
I was thinking, if Oshkosh is looking for a sister city,
Oh,
you could have
that would be perfect
Osh and Oshkosh.
if it's still a city.
Well, it does say on the ancient Silk Road.
Yes, it could have been. It could have been an ancient city, but not one now.
I can't imagine we have too many listeners in Osh.
No, probably not.
No, we better have a few in Oshkosh.
I'm sure.
40 across I thought was interesting. What the Sans refers to in Comic Sans, and it's serif.
Serif, yes.
Or serif.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was... It's like I just always knew it as Comic Sans without knowing what the Sans stood for.
Oh, yeah, with or without
the serif, the little curly bits, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
56 across was game with a 32-card deck, a cart.
A cart. That was my where I ended up because I didn't know the first letter. 53 down was Jewish honorific.
Right.
Which is Reb.
Yep.
I did not know that.
I think, I don't know if it's not really slang for rabbi. I think it might be a rabbi like in an Orthodox sect.
Oh.
And my first answer was Shri, S-R-I, which of course is an Indian honorific.
Yeah.
I thought, well, I'll sort of work my way into that area of the world. I'll start off with Shri, which didn't help at all.
No, that did not help.
In fact, I was, because 53 across, not family friendly in a way, rated R. That took me a while to get to, especially since I was starting with an S.
Satan R.
Yeah. But I got 58 across, present was bestow.
That's right.
I guess I should pronounce that as present, as bestow. And so that helped a lot.
Very good. Very good.
Let's see. I think... Oh, actually, another one that was really great. Pro whose work might be shocking, EMT.
Yeah, so I got that one.
Yeah, got it, but it was still fun.
Yeah.
And 49 across, I can just hear this. When I read this, I hear the tone in my voice. It's, okay, don't accept my apology then. And it's, fine, be mad.
Yeah.
I can just hear the indignation. Fine, be mad. Great crossword. A fantastic debut.
Oh, yes.
Hard to believe.
I did not realize this was a debut. I would never have guessed.
Right. Yeah. It was just
seemed
brilliantly done.
Yeah. Very, very polished.
So well done, Brian.
Yes.
Absolutely 5 squares on the Jam Sierra scale.
I would concur, yes.
All right. That's it for the crossword, but it's Friday, which means it's time for Fun Fact Friday. Do you have a fun fact for a Fun Fact Friday?
I do.
Oh, good.
And I believe it was Monday's puzzle had the clue Sharpshooter Oakley.
Yes.
And so I have a few fun facts about Annie Oakley.
Awesome.
Sharpshooter. She developed her hunting skills as a child in order to provide for her impoverished family in western Ohio. And she was known, really, as the first superstar. You know, we have superstars that like everybody knows and they're very rich. She was really the first in this country. Her real name was Phoebe Ann Mosey, but when her father died, she had this great skill of being a sharpshooter. When her father died, she was actually like sold into slavery just about to this family that just really mistreated her. They were supposed to pay her 50 cents a week, but they never did. And she eventually ran away from them. But her fame as a sharpshooter was well known throughout the area where she lived in Ohio. And on Thanksgiving Day in 1875, the Bowman and Butler Shooting Act was being performed in Cincinnati. And Frank Butler, who was a sharpshooter and an Irish immigrant, placed a $100 bet, which would have been $2,900 in today's currency. But he placed this bet with Cincinnati hotel owner Jack Frost that he could beat any local fancy shooter. Well, the hotel guy knew all about Annie, and he said, okay, sure. And so he brings this 15-year-old little girl up, and Frank is just like, ha, this is crazy. But they shot, and they tied 24 times. And
Really?
And then on the 25th shot, Butler lost, and he lost the bet, too. So,
wow.
So he had to pay out. But he was quite taken with Annie Oakley, and he eventually married her. So they joined Buffalo Bill's Wild West show, and she was just a phenomenon. You know, everybody loved Annie Oakley. That's who they wanted to see. She earned more than any other performer in Buffalo Bill's Wild West show, except for Buffalo Bill, of course.
Sure.
She performed for Queen Victoria. She performed for King Umberto of Italy, for Marie Francois, the president of France, and she actually shot the ashes off a cigarette of Kaiser Wilhelm.
Yikes.
At his request, but yeah, she was that and good. In 1898, when we were on the verge of the Spanish-American War, she wrote a letter to the president, William McKinley, saying that she was going to offer up a company of 50 lady sharpshooters that she was going to train, and they would go to Spain and fight the war. They did not let them do that.
Oh, good.
But Teddy Roosevelt, who was the next president, did name the cavalry the Rough Riders, which was part of Buffalo Bill's name for his Wild West show. It was Buffalo Bill's Wild West and Congress of Rough Riders of the World. And, of course, Oakley was the star. One other thing about her, which I thought was very interesting and very apropos for what goes on today, but in 1904, William Randolph Hearst published a false story about her, that she had been arrested for stealing to support a cocaine habit. And she was so angry that she immediately sued him for libel. And of course, all the other newspapers picked it up from his and published it. So this story just went out everywhere, and it was not true. They retracted it and apologized, but Hearst, who didn't want to pay any libel charges, took her, they went to court. And she wanted $20,000, which would have been about $700,000 by today's
standards.
Yeah, and so she had actually 55 different libel lawsuits, and she won them, but she collected less in judgments than the total of her legal expenses.
Of course.
So,
yeah.
But I just thought, with today's, the fake news and what's true and what's not. It was happening back then too. So anyway, just a great person, Annie Oakley.
Wow.
Yeah, must have been extremely talented.
Yes.
And very well liked.
I wonder if there are any movies made about her. I mean, that sounds like that should be a movie.
In her later life, she toured as playing herself in a play about her life, and then later they did write a musical about her life called Annie, Get Your Gun.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't remember it, but I remember that. The title, yes.
I don't know that I've ever seen that, but yeah, Annie, Get Your Gun. So yeah.
I'm sure it's on Netflix, so we'll have to check it out.
I'll have to find it. But yeah.
All right. Thank you for those fun facts.
You are welcome.
Fascinating fun facts about Annie Oakley.
Annie Oakley. Yeah, and that was all, of course, taken from Wikipedia, but
no, but nicely related.
If you're looking for something interesting to read, there's a lot more about her there, but it's a very interesting story of her life.
Sure. All right, that is it for today. Then we end on a high note.
Yeah.
And thanks everyone for listening. We will be back again with our cutting edge analysis of what should be the hardest crossword of the week tomorrow.
Bye-bye.